All right, we're live. Welcome to the Racing Roots chat with Hamm the Engine Man. And today we're going to talk a little bit about the finishing order of the past two races, but we're going to talk about some other things that we may be a little entertaining. Like, what is it, Dawn, we're going to talk about?
Days of Thunder and Talladega Nights.
There you go. So with me today, I have Dawn, and I have Liz, and I have Tracy. Not necessarily in that order, but just, they're all here.
Oh, my God, Tracy should have been first.
Oh, my goodness. So, we got Steve Baker on here, Rachel Rodman. I am T. Hamm, which is Tracy in front of me here. And did I say Rachel Rodman? Yes. And so invite your friends. Share this out. Let's get more people on here. Mike Bear, what's up, Mike? I think Mike is in Ohio. Correct me if I'm not right there. Steve Baker's in Virginia. And Rachel Rodman's down in Charlotte. And Rachel, are you living near the NASCAR Hall of Fame down there? I believe so.
Rachel's in Concord.
Oh, is she now? Okay.
I thought she was.
She bought her a pickup truck and moved to Concord.
Uh-oh.
How about that? Yes.
Sounds like a country song.
It does, don't it? All right, so I need to get my phone over here so I can see what the comments are instead of having to turn around to the computer. So I still have my Money Country Ham Jam. Thank y'all for tuning into that earlier.
And we do have people calling in too.
Yes. Hopefully we're going to have the Beer Man,
Too.
Scott Travison, call in, and maybe Chad Hyder. He didn't answer my text, so we will see whenever he answers my text. And what's up, Brad? Hello, everyone. Oh, so Brad is down in Florida, I believe. Or is it Ohio?
See, I don't see everybody you do.
I get confused, Brad. Tell me where you're at.
See these people?
Okay, Brad. Mike is...
No,
Mike is in Rhode Island. Okay, sorry about that. So we got people all over the place, and Terry will be joining us soon. She's out in Oklahoma.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't you give us a little update on your vacation,
Oh, my vacation.
since you and Tracy are here together?
What a wonderful vacation
And
that
we
was.
missed you last Monday.
Oh, well, thank you. I missed y'all too.
They're in Port Sonero, Florida right now.
Port Sonero. Okay.
I'm probably
Salerno.
saying that wrong.
Yep.
Salerno.
All right.
Stop correcting people, Dawn.
I'm not
Salerno.
correcting. I'm just reading
All right.
Jana's
and-
post.
Tom Robinson.
So if y'all are wondering why I'm wearing sunglasses, I probably should have worn them a little bit earlier, but I scratched my eye yesterday morning. Maybe that's what I get for trying to work on a Sunday, but I got out there yesterday morning, first thing about 8 o'clock, and I just finished my cup of coffee, set it down, had my loppers, and I was out cutting the tree limbs going down to my parents' back part of the house. And so a tree limb come down right in my eye, so that kind of hurts. So that's why I'm wearing sunglasses, because it's a little light sensitive. In case I haven't had enough issues with my eyes in the past, with my detached retina in my right eye. Now this is my left eye. So maybe I should get it fixed too. All right, what's up, My Quick Foods? And Tom Robinson's up in, all right, so My Quick Foods, where are you at? I know Tom's up in Indiana, Linton to be exact. And, all right, so there we go. All right, so we're going to talk about, here, let me go over this right quick. The finishing order of the race that was run Saturday there was 6 Fords and 4 Toyotas, and that was it. No Chevrolets in the top 10. I'm just going to say the winner. The winner was Kevin Harvick, so victory for the Ford. That was good. Denny Hamlin finished second. So then in the race today, there was 4 Fords, 2 Chevys, and 2 Toyotas. Kevin Harvick was the winner of that race. Wait a minute. Why did I say this twice? Sorry. Okay, so yesterday's race, the Sunday race, Denny Hamlin won. That was 3 Toyotas, 4 Fords, and 3 Chevys. So there you have it. That was that.
That's that.
Yeah, that
That's
was
the
that.
whole-
That was it.
The first
In
time
a
they've
nutshell.
won.
Well,
the
I've got
first time they've run 3 races in one day, and that's all we have to say about
I know, right? Well, I'm sure. Here's what I'll do. Whenever Scott calls in, I'll let him give the full effect because I'm
full
sure he
rundown.
watched each of the 3 races.
Scott was probably driving his boat.
Okay.
it. To
Well,
Salerno.
He just
Yeah.
texted me and said he's going to come call in soon. All right, so where is Salerno? Does anybody know where that is? I know it's in Florida.
In Florida.
Well, I
thought it was-
figured. I mean, Florida's kind of a big
Italy.
state.
It's
Probably
y'all are-
past Stewart.
Italy. That does sound Italian. I think Dawn's right. That's in Italy. They're already in Italy at 20 mile an hour.
Steve and Jana went to Italy since you left.
Steve. No. Okay, so we're getting off track.
sorry.
No, like if they went to
Salerno
Italy,
is in
they would be
Italy.
off track. No,
I
it's
don't know
somewhere
where it is
in Florida. I'm sure when Paul Rodriguez comes on here, he'll tell us. And actually, Scott and Jenna, Scott,
Colin is on vacation.
yeah, but he messaged me earlier today. He had a question. So whenever
Awesome.
Scott calls in, we'll ask him where he's at. He'll give us a rundown of his whole trip and let us know. So Steve Baker says, "Good night, everybody. We'll see you next week." Are you gonna sleep all weekend? Wait a minute. You're gonna sleep all week because it's only Monday. All right.
He said he was on vacation tomorrow. Still.
Gotcha. Okay. Tom Robinson says, Brad, you were happy to see the 11 win. Oh my gosh. Wasn't that your favorite team? I don't know about that. I don't think that's true for Brad is definitely a Ford guy. Okay. Jana says it's before Stewart.
Yeah, I knew they were
I know
headed
where
towards
Stewart
Stewart.
is.
Okay. There you go. And Steve Baker says the Gulf. No, that's not correct, Steve. I don't believe so.
They're not to the Gulf side yet.
No, they're not over there. All right. So there's Paul Rodriguez tuned in. When do you get Paul to do a call in sometime? So if Chad doesn't call in, I'm going to get Paul to call.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea.
We want Chad to call and talk about his
iRacing.
iRacing that
Chad
he's.
Hyder.
Yes. Yeah, you met Chad at my house last year.
I did. It's funny how many people I met at your house that I didn't realize I met at your house until you started doing this radio show.
How many times
That's
have you been to his
true.
house, Dawn?
Just once.
Yeah.
You were there. You
Oh,
met Chad.
never mind.
Oh, you were.
I was gonna say we were there. We went together in the same car.
It was a good party.
It was for Tracy's birthday,
It was.
right?
It was for Tracy. There was apple brandy moonshine or apple,
Apple
pie,
pie.
Oh,
moonshine there.
definitely. I remember that.
Of course, I tried to be the last man standing. I don't know if I ended up.
I think I was.
Oh, you were the last man standing.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I went home before dark.
I
how
don't
nice.
remember.
All right, so yeah, we had a party. We had one for Tom Robinson was there, Tracy, Dawn, Liz, Darla, Hut Strickland, Rusty Adams, Hut's wife Pam, and then Hut's son Taylor,
And his wife.
yeah,
It was the first time I saw kudzu with a woman.
yeah. Kudzu was
Kudzu
there.
brought a date.
He brought a date. Hash came by. Yeah, so it was a big time. And Paul Rodriguez, what was he there then?
Lance
Him
was
and Kit?
there.
Okay.
No, they weren't.
No, that
there
was
then.
another time they came down. Yeah, Lance from my work, from Ralph Yates.
And your sister?
And
Your sister
downtown,
was
Jesse
lovely.
Brown.
Okay, so sorry, y'all. I'm trying to read with you can read what Jana said. Trying to read with my sunglasses on is just not working too good, especially my left eye feels swollen
We'll read for you.
and it's really
She just said,
watering.
oops, I'm
Yeah,
wrong. I
it's
thought you meant Fort Pierce.
not good. All right, so what's in Fort Pierce?
It was a goof.
Oh, okay. So we were just trying to figure out where they were, but I guess we'll wait till. All right, Steve Baker says so is Ricky Bobby. So is Ricky Bobby Tom. Okay.
Well, Ricky Bobby takes us into what Dawn wants to talk about tonight.
Yes. Yeah, we're going to talk about the.
This is not how Dawn wants to talk
We're
about.
gonna talk
This
about
is
some-
David's show.
We're going to talk about some real racing tonight because we're going to talk about Talladega Nights and how realistic it was.
And Days of Thunder too, because it got so slammed for not being realistic.
Yeah. It seems like I remember being at the track. Okay, so Days of Thunder was sort of like instrumental in my. That's what kind of really, that movie boosted me. Like I already knew I wanted to get into NASCAR, and I had already went to my first NASCAR race where I worked on a race car in 1990, which was right around that time when that
Yeah.
movie came out. So when that came out, I was like, all right, I'm dead serious in college. I'm going to learn everything I can. I'm going to work in NASCAR. And so I just hit it full time, and that's what I did. Ended up graduating the top of my class because I was so into it. I wanted to learn everything I could. So yeah. And my favorite driver back then, when I first got in, I liked Rob Moroso, but I liked Jeff Gordon too for a while there. I'm sure Tom will not like that comment, but I was a Chevrolet man back in the day until I came to what I called back then was the dark side, the Ford side.
Yeah, you worked on
So
Chevrolets.
yeah, I built Chevrolet engines for 10 years, and then I thought I'm never going to work for Ford. I never thought I would have the opportunity, I guess you could say, until I got the call from Robert Yates Racing, wanting me to come work over there. So then I ended up spending 16 years with the Fords. So that was yeah.
Good trivia question is how many racing movies are there?
Oh,
Oh Lord.
Oh, wow.
Jana says, you mean Days of Thunder wasn't realistic? Yeah, well, that's a good question. We can talk about that. There was the movie
Striker Ace.
Striker Ace. That's exactly right. Yes.
Which I went to the premiere of that. My dad was in racing, so
Oh, Tracy, that's big.
hmm
That was a great movie.
yeah, I actually met Bert and Lonnie.
Yeah, how cool is that?
That's
Didn't
awesome.
didn't know what the heck was going on, but nonetheless, it was an experience.
You didn't know how big a deal it
I
was,
didn't. I
right?
did not. It
The
was
Last
life.
American Hero.
That okay was. Oh, I was thinking
That's
the
one
greatest
about-
American hero.
No, no, not
That's
the
a different one.
This is racing
Yeah.
movies, babe.
No,
Yes.
I love The Greatest American Hero.
Last American
Yeah.
Hero was about Junior Johnson
Yes,
with like Jeff Bridges, Bo Bridges.
yes, I
one of
remember
those
that.
guys.
It was one of the Bridges
Yeah.
brothers. Yeah, and I remember that. And the other one was there was Grease Lightning.
Yes.
Remember that one?
Are you talking
Yes.
about Grease? Or was there
No.
a different movie that was Grease Lightning?
No,
No, he's
it
not
was-
like doing the Grease Lightning dance right now.
Grease
Go,
Lightning. Grease Lightning. Yeah.
Grease Lightning.
And
Tom's puking at Jeff Gordon comment, Dave.
yeah, I figured. I figured he would be less than impressed with that. He's not a Chevrolet or a Jeff Gordon kind of guy.
Well, I just remember being a banker back when they were filming Days of Thunder, because they were filming them in all those different areas, you know, in 89 and 90 around Charlotte. And I had just moved back to Statesville, and I was like, oh my God, they're filming a NASCAR movie. And I remember like reading in the Charlotte Observer, like all the different places they were filming, like the different hotels, and you know, it was really a big deal for this area. And I can remember like riding out 150 and seeing, you know, Harry Hogg's barn used to be very visible from the road on 150
Yeah,
before they
the Days of Thunder barn there.
the Days of Thunder barn before
Right.
they put everything in.
Williamson
And-
Road and 150 is still
Yeah.
there. Still there too, by the way. Yes, my uncle was the limo driver for Tom Cruise during the movie Days
Really?
of Thunder. Yep, because he was down in Charlotte and he was laid off at the time because he was a truck driver for Consolidated Freightways, I believe it was right there on 16.
yeah.
And so he ended up they made him the limo driver for him. So Tom Cruise gave him a leather jacket with Days of Thunder on the back.
Well, I saw
Very cool.
tonight where Entertainment Tonight was doing like the 30th anniversary of Days of Thunder, and Nicole Kidman was talking about how she fell in love with Tom Cruise during that movie.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Literally
Well, you know,
fell in
they
love
were
with him.
married.
If
Oh, that's
anybody-
right. Yes, they were. Duh. So they fell in
Sorry,
love
Tracy,
then.
It's
Yes.
the same way that I fell in love with Ham.
I'm they were
When we
acting
in
together.
The Tom
Yes.
Dooley
That's what
Yes.
happens, you know.
Yeah.
If anybody ever wants to draft some sweet and low packets on my leg, bring 'em. That's one of my favorite scenes.
Oh yeah, that's great. So she's with Keith Urban now though, so that's what I connect the two.
She married up.
You can compete,
Yeah,
honey.
yeah. All right, I'll see what I can do. So the Six Pack was the movie.
It's really too bad there's no music here.
Kenny Rogers, Dickie Dennis says, and Six Pack with Kenny Rogers. And then I know one of the songs, "Love Will Turn You Around." Was that from it? There was different songs that he did. The Stroker Race theme was Charlie Daniels did a song.
I think
Stroker's
Love
theme.
Will Turn You Around was the Kenny Rogers one.
Yeah, it was. That was Six Pack.
It's a good song.
That's the movie I was trying to think of, Six Pack. So thanks, Dickie, for that. And Grease Lightning, Steve Baker says, yes, that's the one that had Richard Pryor in it. And yeah, he said it's Richard Pryor. And then Janice says Bert was from Jupiter, Florida. I didn't know that.
He went to Florida State.
Oh, okay. Oh, so you like Burt Reynolds. I could see that.
No.
Oh,
Well, I
Tell
do
the
like
truth.
Burt Reynolds, but
Yes.
I worked on a project at Florida State for 2 years back in 2007. And they took me to the football stadium where Florida State plays.
Yep.
And they took me into like the athletic booster place. And there is a picture of Burt Reynolds dressed like a Roman god.
oh, really?
Yeah. Like he has like,
Fix that mic where I can hear you.
sorry.
That's fine. There, that's much better.
Yes. So they have because Burt Reynolds is like one of the most famous people that ever went to Florida State because he
Yeah.
played football there.
All right, so is this a statue?
No, it's a portrait.
I don't know.
But
I
it's
missed that part. I'm
huge.
sorry.
But it's like
portrait, okay.
it's like the size of the portrait we're looking at here.
Oh, I see.
And they have him all dressed up like
These aren't
That might
portraits,
have to.
Dawn.
That might have to. All right,
They're
Wendell
portraits
Scott.
to
That's
me.
it, Dickie. Thank you.
Scott
that might have to
Trevison
come
says
down.
he was in the grandstands at Daytona.
Oh,
of
when they.
days for in Daytona.
Oh, cool. when they were filming, I'm assuming, for the Days of Thunder. Camera out the window or mounted on the car, and then they just speed up the film. Because when they're going, they're really just kind of going, cruising along on the racetrack.
So who's actually driving the cars? Like when Cole Trickle and Rowdy Burns are like, he's going high and they're like bumping up against the.
Yeah.
Who's driving those?
Sometimes
cars?
it's drivers. Sometimes it's like up and coming drivers, and they could
It's
also
like Andy
get.
Hillenberg.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I was going to say. Sometimes they'll get the ones that were from the
The driving schools.
Yes, that's exactly right. Mm-hmm.
But they looked. I mean, it was 30 years later, it was actually a pretty well done movie when you look back on it.
Yeah, it was. It was as realistic as they could be for the time, I guess. I wonder if they did one now, with all the computer graphics and things. They could probably do it up really good. Tracy, you got any comments you want to read there? Because it's killing my eyes.
Jenna's saying there's a restaurant in Jupiter that's filled with Burt Reynolds photos.
Oh, cool. We missed that.
Doesn't he have like a steakhouse or something down there?
Down in Jupiter?
I don't know, but for some
Somewhere
reason
in
I'm thinking
Florida.
he's part of the Palms. Is that right? Maybe the Palm.
I'm not sure. We need to go down there sometime, I guess.
Was
The
Hut
Palm's
in the Days
expensive.
of Thunder movie?
Who?
So
Tom wants to know if Hut was in the Days of Thunder movie.
I think Hut was, he had something to do with that. I need to ask him next time I talk to him, but it does seem like that's come up in conversation. He was part of he is either that or Talladega Nights. I think it was Days of Thunder. I'm pretty sure it was. He had something, he might have been one of the drivers, if I'm not mistaken, like for the movie. Chad Hyder texted me and said he's got a business dinner at the moment, so he's running Sonoma tomorrow on his iRacing, so check on his Facebook for the watch party. So he won't be calling in. So maybe we can get Paul Rodriguez. And Scott, if you're ready to call in, you can call in and we can talk a little bit about the races, which I'm sure you watched. They had 3 races on Sunday.
Yeah, Jana's got the number.
Okay. Terry Quinn says the Dale Earnhardt story number 3.
I
Do
didn't
you
see
see these
that.
comments?
Well, yeah, but they're going so fast. I'm having a hard time reading them
You
all.
got a lot of comments tonight, Dave.
Yeah, it's just hurting my eyes to try to read them. I'm
Also-
sorry.
honey, you're
Ford
popular.
versus Ferrari.
I
Ford versus
wish I could
Ferrari
read 'em.
was
Yeah.
a new one.
Ford versus, yes, that was. And we need to go see that one because Tracy's dad actually built not the Ferrari, he built the Fords back
The
in.
GT40s.
Yeah, or he built replicas.
Oh, Ford
From
versus
scratch.
Ferrari?
Oh, Liz started watching
Yeah,
it last night.
No, yeah,
No,
and
for
then I started
sale.
watching it again today.
Yeah.
I am not enough of a car nerd. I
Really?
need to be more of a car nerd. If you're a car nerd,
I'm a
watch
car
that
nerd.
movie.
Yeah.
So her dad did. So in 1965, they ran that race where Ford beat Ferrari, and I think it was 65 if I'm not mistaken. So Ford came to her dad years later and asked him. They wanted to build. They gave him the plans, like he has the blueprints for those cars, and they wanted him to build 5. He built 7.
Actually, Dad built them just by looking at the picture.
Well, yeah, the blueprint.
No, a picture.
Okay.
He built it with the picture. He had the blueprint, but he used a photo.
Well, okay. Well, there's kind of some specific. Anyway, yes, okay. So he built 5, but
He built 6. He kept 1.
yeah, but didn't he sell 1? I thought he built 7.
1 was in a museum. That was his very first one. And then he built 6 at a time
Okay.
And where was this, Tracy?
at his home in Denver.
Yes. So that's pretty cool. And he's
That
got
is
one.
very cool.
Yeah, there's
I wanna-
one. You want to see one?
I do.
Okay. Because I have some pictures somewhere,
Road
but
trip.
I've
there
got
there
pictures.
is one in a museum. It's not a museum. It's the Hall of Fame museum. I guess it is right
The
down
one
here.
on 150.
Yes.
One is in Japan now,
Yeah.
in a museum in Japan.
I'm up for Japan.
I can see why
Flights are
Pam
cheap,
loves
Tracy.
you, Tracy.
That was me, sorry. She
All
said,
right.
send Scott a different number. The number you
Oh.
sent went to voicemail.
Well, it's probably because I didn't answer it. I mean, I can't. I didn't see it ringing probably. So if
It's
he
the
calls,
right number, Jana.
it's 70. Never mind.
No.
I can't tell
He's
you.
having an eye problem.
Yeah, I'm having trouble reading
I'm having an eye
comments.
problem,
and
so I
stuff.
can't hear.
Yeah, my left eye's like really red now.
Yeah, no, stop.
Oh, it is.
Stop using it.
I know. That's what I really need my patch.
Just keep it shut.
All right. So anyway, all right. So if I see the red light up, then that's Scott calling back. So yeah, give us a call back. So Guinea pigs were driving RC cars. Okay. Steve Baker says, okay. So there's, you read that already. The Burt Reynolds Dinner Theater.
Yeah, that's what I thought. He had like a restaurant, dinner theater.
What's up, Linda Jinx? It's actually Nancy Davidson's birthday. I wanted to mention that. All right, there he is. All right.
The right numbers.
Hey, what's up? There he is.
Hey, am I caller number 9?
Caller number 9.
Yes, you are. You're on right now. Hey, hold on one second, Scott. Nancy Davidson's birthday, June the 28th, and then Brad Downard's is July the 1st. So happy birthday, y'all. All right, Scott, where you at?
I'm over on C-Tunes, baby.
C-Tunes.
That's the name of his boat. It's really nice. Sea-Tunes, yes. Very
We're,
cool.
we're on the boat C-Tunes in the world-famous Port of Salerno.
With beautiful
at the
blue
world-famous
water.
Pirates Cove Marina.
Pirates Cove Marina.
Beautiful blue waters.
Yeah.
So
I've seen
Yes,
pics.
yes. We saw some blue water yesterday coming in at St. Lucie Inlet. But we left Daytona on Friday. We got a late start, and we got down to Mosquito Lagoon, through the anchor, spent the night. And then that was only about probably 30, 40 miles. And then the next day we did about 110 miles all the way to the Fort of Pierce. And it's beautiful there. A lot of the high tide incoming water is nice and blue, but once the tides go out, you get a lot of the rainwater. And it gets kind of nasty, but it's been gorgeous. And, of course, C-Tunes is equipped with 2 TVs that catches all of the Fox and NBC. And I got the laptop or the iPad so we can watch FS1 and get all of the races on C-Tunes. So we've been watching the races as we're going along. It's not just been paying attention and voting, but it's been good. Got to give a shout out to Tyler Gibbs. What an awesome job, right? Won the ARCA race. So that's the next generation of Gibbs boys.
Oh.
And he
Is
won
that
the ARCA
JD's
race.
son?
And did you see that?
no, I did not. Is that
No.
All right, so
JD's son?
ARCA race was Friday night.
yeah, I missed the ARCA race.
Pocono.
But who is he kin to?
Tyler Gibbs is one of the. I think it might be Ty Gibbs' son. So he's one of the grandsons of Coach Joe Gibbs. He's got quite a few grandsons and grandkids, that's for sure.
All right.
Yep. And then of course everybody realizes that the truck race got rained out on Saturday, so that was a total bummer. I was getting ready to watch truck racing. But we did get that Cup race in there, and Kevin Harvick looked really good out there. That Ford looked strong. I got to give a shout-out to Joe Glenn in his Anheuser-Busch car. It looked really good. And then Sunday, as you guys talked about, what a spectacular day yesterday. If you're a race fan and you're at Pocono, 3 races, I don't know, triple header, man, I was glued all day long and had a great time, And, of course, Chase Briscoe looked real good. And that truck race was Brandon Jones, and they were battling to the last lap. Man, that was really good with some good Toyotas out front there. But of course, we got the Ford in victory lane on the Xfinity side, and then obviously the Cup. I had too much fun at the inlet yesterday, and the Coors Lights overtook the race kind of because Denny Hamlin was out there. We can all agree I'm not a Denny Hamlin.
Yeah. So it's
other than that.
So yeah,
but that was my racing recap. I'm going to give you a cold beer. Cold beer goes to Chase Briscoe, putting that only Ford up against all them Toyotas and Chevys. Definitely cold beer for Chase Briscoe, and then I got to give one to Kevin Harvick, And my warm beer goes to Denny Hamlin because he just deserves a warm beer. That's it for me.
Yeah, there you go. So Paul Rodriguez had a question for me this morning about Chase Briscoe being, why didn't he go with Penske? But from what I remember, from what my memory shows me, I meant to look this up. It seems like Chase, I had him on about a year ago on our Sports Recap show. It seems like he is an Indiana boy, if I'm not mistaken. And Tom Robinson could probably answer that better than anybody, but I'm pretty sure that's probably why he went with Stuart Haas with Tony Stewart and that group over there. which wasn't a bad decision. I mean, look at
Yeah.
him; he's doing very well. So,
Yes. I mean, him and Austin Cindric, only two Fords in the Xfinity field there that have really got a chance. You'll have a one-off here and there, but really, really proud. We're proud to watch them Fords kick everybody's ass. I'm sorry.
Yep.
I say ass on the YouTube. Okay.
That's all right. That's all right. So yeah, but speaking of, tomorrow is Jana's birthday, right? Tomorrow,
Yep.
and also
Is it tomorrow?
yeah.
You know.
Thank goodness you
Tues-
called in.
Wednesday.
Yes.
The 31st. What is it? The 30?
The 30th.
29th?
There's not a
What is it?
31st
6:30.
in June.
Yes. There you go. Well, what better gift to
It's
give
the
her a 30-day
Same
cruise?
day as
35-day cruise.
30
same
35
day as
days.
Sterling Marlin's
Yeah,
birthday.
that's right. Sterling Martin.
And Sterling Martin. So,
Sterling Burton Martin.
Scott Paul Rodriguez says he's 19 miles from you at Port Sonero.
19 miles. How about that,
19
Paul?
miles from Port
Why
Sonero.
don't you? You're the Port of, no, Paul's from the Port of St. Lucie.
No, he is
Isn't that how they call it
traveling.
up there, Paul?
He's on vacation.
The
He
Port
is
of St. Lucie.
traveling in his
Oh,
camper.
where is he at?
19
he's
miles
in
from
his
Port
camper.
Salerno. Yeah, he's in his camper.
Port of the world famous Port of Salerno.
Yeah.
Yes, this is a good town. I actually lived in the world famous Port of Salerno for many of my years while I lived down here. So it's a good little. It's definitely a good little fishing town. Excuse me, it's a good little drinking town with a fishing problem. But
There
you know,
you go.
I can honestly tell you, I'm one of the diehard NASCAR fans, and I'm from right here, and we pull up to the Tiki Bar, and what do I see? Van Dale Earnhardt shirt, man. I mean, so the Intimidator's still alive in a lot of people's minds
All right.
all over the place, and you're still in the NASCAR country when you see Dale Earnhardt number 3, and I was going to start talking to him, but I'm like, nah, I think I'm just going to enjoy a double captain and pineapple and have one for my wife.
Oh, there you go with the double captain, right?
Make sure you go to Twisted
Double captain and
Tuna.
pineapple.
Yeah, I know exactly what you
Twisted
like.
Tuna. That's what Paul says.
Yeah. All right. So Paul said that.
Yeah,
was-
we've been there quite a bit.
oh, the Twisted Tuna. Okay.
Yep, that's a good place.
Yep.
Yep, Twisted Tuna, Manatee Island. We're looking forward to some good bars down in Key West called Captain Tony's. If you've never been down there, Google Captain Tony's, and it's original. It's the original Sloppy Joe's. It's really one of my favorite places
Down in Key West.
around. But
Yeah. You have to take the quarter.
Key West, yep.
You have to
Yep.
take your quarter and throw it into the grouper's mouth, right?
Yep, we tried.
Right.
That's right.
Yeah. You stand
Yeah,
underneath the
right. You
grouper.
got to stand with your heels and upside down, flip the quarter into the grouper's mouth. That's right.
Have y'all been to Captain Tony's in Key West? Have you been down there? Okay.
No.
Yes.
Well,
I
there's,
have.
there's a giant. Okay, you have. There's a giant grouper up there, right?
Yep.
And you, like Scott just said, you stand underneath it and throw your quarter up. Yeah.
Have you been to the No Name Pub in Big Pine? No Name Pub,
I've been there before.
Big Pine, with the dollars on the
Yes,
on the walls.
yes.
Okay.
Oh,
think-
Unbelievable.
Yes, we're trying to go sometime this summer. Whoever from Statesville wants to go with me.
Okay.
Stop
I'm,
inviting people, Dawn.
No,
I-
I'm serious.
what about? Can I
You
go?
have to rent a 15-passenger
Well, you
van.
can go.
Well, getting there is the hard part. Staying there is the easy. We have a place to stay. It's getting there is hard.
Oh, okay. It's not hard.
Do you have a private plane?
Okay. Well, no. Maybe it is hard. Well, I got a good friend with a boat. Right, Scott?
No.
Yes.
Well, I don't think we can
That's
take a
right,
boat
and-
from North Carolina.
Well, no, I can go. I can drive to Florida. Ain't no problem there. Ain't nothing to it but to do
That's
it.
right.
Yes.
So, house, Big
you-
Pine.
and you know
let's
what?
go, y'all. Just saying.
David's secret weapon is he's married to an Earnhardt, so there ain't no problem getting down there in a hurry.
Yeah, I do most of the driving.
Hammer down.
Hammer all the way.
I know.
Mike Bear says Eric Almirola had a pretty good outing this weekend. I saw he was leading a lot of laps. So good for Eric.
What's the ICW?
Yeah, he's doing
Steve
pretty good.
Baker?
He's been.
Oh, sorry.
What is
Yep.
it? Sorry.
Steve Baker says you can take the
Eric's
ICW.
been getting great qualifying.
Yes. Yeah, good for him. He's
doing good.
yeah. All right. So what were you saying, Dawn?
I said Steve Baker says you can take the ICW. Oh, Intercoastal Waterway.
Oh,
Sorry,
yes.
Steve.
Yes. That's where we were in the what was that waterway we were on the
The intercoastal.
well, no, it was Scott.
Yes. Yes.
didn't
ICW
realize-
runs all along.
I didn't
The
realize
coast.
it was called the ICW.
Yep.
I'm a Piedmont girl.
Steve Baker says, Kathy over there looking for my sanity. And she said, our voice of reason. Oh, what'd she say?
Her tarot card reading.
Tarot cards. Oh, there you go. Tell me my fortune. Am I going to have to wear eye patch again? Gosh. Kathy, you want to join us?
Come on, Kathy.
All right. So Paul says we haven't been in to Key West yet. I have to find out the good places from you guys.
Scott, where's a good place in Key West for Paul to go?
Yeah, you just get on Duval Street and do the Duval crawl, and then the next morning you'll have the Duval flu.
That's right.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I haven't had we didn't go to Mallory Square.
You didn't?
Can't believe we didn't go to Mallory Square.
We
yeah.
only had 2 days there.
Okay.
And one we were getting
Yeah.
married, so.
Oh.
You got married in Key West?
Yeah.
Might have been a busy day.
And you was getting busy on the other night.
I hope
Maybe.
so.
All right. So no. Here's what happened. Okay. So this is what happened.
Let's see if he
I
really
can't wait
tells
to
the
hear
truth.
What had happened was.
Yeah, that's
Listen,
exactly right.
We're just like tuned in.
So I wanted to. Okay. No, she wanted to go to the drag show on our wedding night. Right. It was the same night, right?
Well,
And that place scared me. Key West scared me. Like, I didn't want to go out at night because I'd seen too many videos and heard too many horror stories, you know. So it wasn't long after our wedding. We got out with Kyle Petty and then we're hanging at whatever. We went out to dinner one night and he was talking about, or Tracy was telling him a story. David didn't want to go out that night. He was like, I would be all over that. I would see so wanting to go do the drag shows and all this stuff. And I'm like, well, dude, that's you. That's not me.
Okay.
I mean, that's scary for me.
so the rest of the story is we got married at 7 o'clock. David was asleep
the
by
morning?
10. No, at night.
is it
At
night?
sunset.
Well, I mean, it was hot.
Oh,
Listen, the rest of the story is you were in bed by 10 o'clock.
Listen, it was so hot. My sweat was sweating. Think about it.
He was asleep by 10 o'clock.
did you have like 6-toed cats in your hotel room with you?
No,
Like
but
the-
it was
Like the Ernest Hemingway cats?
no, the Ernest Hemingway. I saw the cats.
The ones that are
at
on
his
the
house.
Yeah.
Yes. All right. So Scott, have you been to the Ernest Hemingway house or any of that kind of stuff? Have you been to a drag show?
Well, that's what I was going to tell you. You can tell Paul to make sure he goes the Green Parrot, and he'll have a good time there. Or
I've been
the
there.
Bull. The Bull is a good one.
Okay.
Upstairs of the
Green
Bull,
Parrot
that's where
or
it's
the
like a
Bull?
naked bar.
Oh,
yeah.
we went to
Green
that
Parrot or the
one.
Bull.
The Garden of Eden.
We went. Yes, the Garden of Eden. That's the third floor at the. What's the name of the bar? The I forgot what it's called.
He
The
just
Whistle
said the
Bar.
Bull.
The Whistle Bar was the second floor, and the Garden of Eden was the top floor. So we walked up there,
Surprise.
not knowing what we were in for, and we walked up and there was some naked people up there. So we turned right around and walked back down.
Oh,
Had
no, you
idea.
checked
That
it
was the
out
goal.
first.
Oh, I checked out. Yeah,
You checked
Dude.
it out first.
you did.
Key
No,
West,
I was in
you
shock.
got to remember, Key West is very liberal. It's like going to San Francisco or
Yes.
Asheville, North Carolina. You know, I mean,
Okay.
Oh.
anything goes. So,
But the
yes.
best place in Key West
It's okay.
is Blue Heaven. Have you been to Blue Heaven?
Oh, yeah. I know where the Blue
For
Heaven
brunch?
is. Yeah.
Where you can have like a great breakfast with chickens.
A breakfast? Oh yeah, with the chickens
Yep.
The
running around.
chickens come and run around. That's like
Yeah.
my favorite place in Key West.
I've seen
That
pictures of that.
Isn't like totally alcohol induced.
Right. Yes.
But you have to go to Blue Heaven.
Blue Heaven. Okay, we'll do that next time.
Blue Heaven.
The place we went, they gave us free pina coladas for breakfast.
Yeah, we did.
I
It was.
think I went to one of those places.
I think it was called Friends.
Everything down there was like, everything was 2-for-1 drinks. And I was like, what if I don't want two?
You do
And they
want
were
to.
like, that's what you have to have.
One
You
for
have to have the
each hand.
2-for-1 drink. And I was like, I don't get that.
Yeah, one for each hand. Of course.
That's everywhere in Florida.
But
Yep.
you couldn't
That's
get
even
just
tonight,
one
you know.
for half price. You got the 2 for $1. Yeah, it was confusing.
Yeah, Jenna reminds me that I missed the beautiful sunset. Yes. I know.
We saw the beautiful sunset. We got married to the beautiful sunset.
Yeah, that was
I can't
okay.
believe y'all
Yeah.
got married in Key West. That's so romantic.
How romantic.
On
It's so
Smathers Beach.
romantic.
Yes.
Smathers
There's
Beach.
beach.
Mm-hmm.
How many years ago?
3.
No, ask
Yeah, something like that. What? That's Steve Baker. What were you gonna say? Go ahead.
Steve Baker.
He's funny. Rachel says, Steve, I plan to go give him my support
Yes,
for a little
Garden
local
of
dirt
Eden.
tracks. Yeah, I'm with you. Yeah, the Garden of Eden. That was the top floor. I still got the business card.
Right.
So there was.
the bull.
Well, here's another thing. There was a guy, or okay, there was a girl I thought out there giving out the cards. You know, the little cards for, hey, come visit us at the Garden of Eden. You know, and I was like, oh, okay, cool. She was really friendly to me. For whatever reason, and I thought, hey, that's not too bad right there. And so I went back later.
Hey, I'm a.
No, his wife
That's my
told him it was
confession.
a guy.
Yeah. She
He's
told
like,
me.
dude, that was a guy.
That's right.
I thought she looked a little large.
Big
Some things
hands.
don't appear to be what they appear to be in Key West. So you have to, just be a little.
Covering your mouth.
I was, she was large in places too, and I
I'm
didn't.
laughing very loudly.
That's right.
Yeah, it was interesting place. So yeah, it's a good place to visit, but just don't go out at night. That's all I got. That's my
Key
suggestion.
West, don't go out at night.
He's such a goob.
Go out.
I've got like anxiety about it.
Just sit on Duval Street, and hopefully we'll have the race on when you're down there on a Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, and there's
Right.
still NASCAR fans out there.
I tell
racing
you what.
fans.
All right.
David can babysit the dogs and we'll go out.
Well, now, yeah,
There you go.
if we go in the boat, yeah, I'll just hang out in the boat, and y'all can go do whatever.
Did
Yeah.
you take the dogs to the wedding?
No, their dogs is with them on the boat.
Oh, Steve and Jana's dogs?
Scott.
Oh,
Yes.
Scott and Jana, sorry.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Janice
Yeah.
says the
Sorry, Scott.
great place to stay is the Weather Station Inn bed and breakfast. Is that where we?
No, we stayed at the Wicker Garden, I think. Wicker something.
Okay.
That one wasn't available
Oh.
because we went Labor Day.
Well, that was a good place we stayed there. They had a nice restaurant beside us, so I got the plate, the fish, and it came out with the eyeballs and
Yeah,
everything.
the whole fish.
But it was good.
We
It
don't
was
get
good.
whole
She don't do
fishes in
fish.
North Carolina much.
No, not typically.
That's a Florida thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Salisbury has it.
Yeah, they have the
Salisbury,
flounder
North
Salisbury.
Carolina?
Mm-hmm.
Where?
at the Stag and Doe.
Stag and Doe.
They have the whole flounder. Like they bring them in fresh, and then
Oh,
they just.
like with the eye on the side.
Yeah, see, I don't remember if they had the eye or not though, but I know they do in Florida.
So how is the weather, Scott?
It's been pretty good. This whole Saharan dust storm. When we were leaving Daytona, it looked like it reminded me of being in Fontana in Southern California. That week it was just really smoggy. And I don't know if you guys have seen any of the Saharan dust up your way yet, but I think it's going up through the Panhandle and going up around there. So it's been kind of hazy, and they kept saying, "Oh, it's going to be spectacular sunsets," but it really wasn't.
That's what I was
a
expecting
blah,
to see, too,
and yeah. We've seen better sunsets. So the weather's been, but it's been good. It's not been raining, and it's been calm, but it's just been, kind of hazy, So hopefully this will blow through, and we'll start to see some real blue sky. I'm sure Paul knows what I've been talking about. It doesn't seem to be too bad here, but it was pretty bad in Daytona as we were leaving up there. But we're going to leave out of here tomorrow, and we're going to hope to get to Indiantown, and then from Indiantown we're going to shoot across the lake. We're going to go across the middle of it, Lake Okeechobee. That's a big old lake. You're going to be out in the middle. You won't be seeing land at all. You can only see land for like 9-10 miles. Anything past 10 miles you can't see because of the curvature of the earth. So from there we'll go down to Roland Martin and then start working our way through the locks on the west coast and Fort Myers, and then up to Anna Maria, Tampa Bay area. And then from there we'll port it for a week or two and take the dogs back to Daytona. And then we'll go back to the boat in Anna Maria, and then we'll shoot to Key West for a couple more weeks. And then from Key West, we'll bring her right back up the east coast of Daytona.
Wow.
And the old C-Tunes will make the southern loop. So it's about a 1,000-mile journey. We've figured about 35 days. Janice said the first night, I don't think I can do this. So we're working on it, and she's looking at me now.
Well,
We'll
none
be
of
all
us
right.
are
She's a
It'll
jealous
get better,
at all.
and
At all.
None of us.
She's a trooper.
Yep. But don't worry, she can lay down some cold blue mountains here, and then we got FS1 on the iPad and the Fox on the TVs. I got 2 TVs. I'm good to go. So we're not going to miss any laps competition. And this weekend at Indy is going to be awesome, dude. I'm just telling you, I'm geared up for this weekend. I know there's not going to be any fans there. That's a bummer because I really thought they were going to come back this weekend because we all know that you can put a lot of fans in Indy and they'll all be social distance, but somehow they made the decision not to. But you're going to get the IndyCar race, right, on the road course, and then you get the Xfinity race on the road course at Indy. Now remember, they go backwards up the front stretch and then through the infield and come back out around turn 2, NASCAR turn 2, and they come back around. And then you're going to have the Cup race on the regular oval at Indianapolis. So that's going to be a spectacular week to see him do a infield roval, sort of say, and the oval race all in the same weekend and mix in the Indy cars. This wasn't supposed to happen this year, dude. This was supposed to happen next year with Roger Penske. You know, I hate it. They're not going to get a lot of people in there, but they are going to probably blow the nuts off of this TV ratings for this 2 weeks. So I hope it all goes well for everybody and keeps the sport rolling. And, you know, a true heart, we're all race fans. And I always say, heck, if I'm such a race fan, I'd watch 2 popsicle sticks run down the rain gutter about side by side just to see who beats who down there. So we're going to have a good time.
So
and watching some racing and staying in touch with you guys.
Go ahead.
Is this a Brickyard? I mean, is this in lieu of
Brickyard.
the Brickyard?
This was the actual schedule. I think they're back pretty close to the schedule now.
Because I
Last
thought the
week was
Brickyard used
scheduled
to
for
be like in
Pocono. This is
August.
Yeah, the schedule's
no.
all over
This
the
is
place.
a new schedule. They made this change last year. They swapped the Daytona race, which was July 4th forever, right?
Yeah.
That is now in the Brickyard, and the last race of the regular season in August, when the Brickyard was, that's what's going to be in Daytona. So we got tickets from the grandstands when they said that was going to be the last race. I hope they're going to bring the fans back for Daytona in August because, I spent some money on some tickets, man. I wanted to go watch them up there steam around the high banks for the last race before the playoffs, and that's going to be a really neat race. A lot of stress, a lot of good competition for that race. So it'll be neat to see who wins that race. But
So are
this
you
weekend
saying
is the
July
Brickyard,
4th
yes.
is the Indy 500, an Infinity race, and the Brickyard?
No, it's not the Indy 500. The Indy 500's been rescheduled later on, I
Like
think,
October,
in August.
right? Yeah.
Later on. But no, they're going to have the Indy, I don't know what they're going to call it, but it's going to be the Indy cars running on the road course that the Xfinity cars are going to run on, I guess, Saturday. And then they're going to run the Cup boys on Sunday at the regular track, 2.5 mile.
For a man on a boat, you're very connected.
He's got 2 TVs on that little.
What are you talking about?
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
it's like my brother has a boat in Palm Coast, Florida, and he does the same thing that you do, like, you know, drives around 1,000 miles. I don't think he's listening to NASCAR.
Well, he's got satellite too, you know.
I know.
So
I don't think my brother's.
I
dialed
got a question. I see we're only down to how many people are watching now?
we got 15 top
Let's
chats.
see what our number is.
Yeah, we're good.
15. Okay, we got 15, 14 now. Looks like, okay, there's a bunch of us on here.
Yeah.
My question to everybody that's on the call or on YouTube that are tuned in to Racing Roots with D Hamm, I am. How many people used to get their weekly NASCAR information from a source called the Winston Cup Scene?
Oh yeah.
Oh, I did.
Yep, for sure. I still got some.
Yeah.
I still have the paper copies
Before-
in my house.
Right, same here. Cool. Yes.
Before internet, before what? Satellite radio. there was the Winston Cup scene, and you didn't know where your favorite driver finished up until Wednesday when it came out, or you had to listen to Eli Gold on the Tuesday night NASCAR live show, and maybe he talked about your favorite driver, but Eli, he's very political and he's cool, man, but he's a classic.
Yep.
And growing up, that's all I lived for Tuesday nights at 8:00, NASCAR live, right? So it was good stuff. But when when the mail came, you got your Winston Cup scene. So nowadays, that's why you see a lot. That's one of the reasons why you see now many people in the stands. Obviously, nobody now, but the decline. You can get your NASCAR no matter where you are, even in the damn marina at the Pirates Cove, at the world famous Port of Solano.
Yes. Yeah, I used to get my stock car and Circle Track magazine, but that was only monthly. But yeah, the Winston Cup scene, all that good stuff. So, and Steve Baker says, unless you were on the radio, even that was sketchy. But yeah, I would watch, qualifying. I listened to qualifying. That was like the exciting thing to do whenever I'd be working on a dirt track car or whatever. Just tune in 105.7 and listen to that qualifying.
I used to have to stand in line for the qualifying sheets when I was at the racetrack, where they would like hand it out, and I still have like all the qualifying sheets.
That's cool.
In my basement.
Yeah. Well, good for
and
you.
There
like
are
me.
names on there that you all would know. Most people listening to this wouldn't, but
I need to clean out my basement too. I got a bunch of stuff.
You and me both, right?
Yes.
But
that's
the
good.
qualifying sheets, it's hard to get rid of.
So Rachel says I started watching in 2009, 2010. I wish I had seen NASCAR in the Winston days. Yes, back in the so I started watching in probably 1970. Okay, as far back as I remember was mid 70s when I was on my school bus arguing with my neighbor who was a huge Richard Petty fan, and I was a David Pearson and Carol Yarborough were my favorite drivers, and that was in the 70s. And Richard Petty was winning all the races, and then Carol Yarborough came along. So anyway, that's when I started watching. And I went to my first race, and I barely remember being there, but I was just a young kid at Charlotte Motor Speedway because my grandparents lived like 2 miles down the road from Charlotte Motor Speedway.
You could hear it from their house.
Yeah, and where I was born, you could hear the racetrack just until I was 2 years old, and I moved to Charlotte from Concord. So anyway, well, Scott, you have a safe trip, man. And it sounds like you're having a good time. And tell Jenna, make sure you, I guess, do something for her birthday tomorrow. You took her on a cruise, a 35-day cruise, right?
It's birthday week.
That's right.
Birthday week.
Yeah.
That's
Remember?
right.
Birthday week, yes.
He said 35-day
Yeah,
cruise.
35-day cruise.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
That's not a week.
Minimum.
No, celebrate her birthday.
You met
So-
Jenna.
35 days?
I know. I can't imagine.
Jana was describing throwing the money into the grouper's mouth. I think, we
She's
were
got a
talking
trick
about that
to
earlier.
it.
Oh, I see. Put your toes over the edge of the curve. Lean backwards and then toss the quarter. You get better with each Pirate's Punch. Yes, the Pirate's Punch.
We didn't get to get a Pirate's Punch. We sat there and waited 30 minutes, and the bartender never paid us any attention.
They were very busy. They didn't know you were
But
kind
she's
of a
not
big
bitter
deal.
about it.
Yeah. Next time.
I'm not.
All right.
I was just like, okay.
Next time I'll
Coming for the experience,
We'll
but I
walk
don't
in.
get to experience the experience.
We'll walk in like we own the place, and I'll say, you know what? She's kind of a big deal. She needs her drink.
That's what you should do.
Yeah.
She is kind of a big deal.
There you
She's
go.
Ford versus Ferrari. We know that now.
Yes. So,
Great movie.
I got
Still
to
gotta
watch
see it.
this movie.
I'm trying to read, but I can't. Sorry,
Well,
y'all.
stop
If I'm
trying to
missing
read.
comments, I cannot do it.
All right, Dave.
My
I'll
eye
read the
waters
comments
up every
for you.
time. Yes, thank you.
Terry Quinn says Pennzoil 150 at the Brickyard is the Xfinity Indy Road Course race.
That's right.
And Steve Baker says, here's a question. How diverse is NASCAR?
I don't know. We're not going to go there. How diverse as far as, yeah, we're not going to talk about any of those controversial subjects, but there's been a lot of stuff going on in NASCAR here lately, but it'll all wash out. I mean, everything will be fine.
Can we talk about figure skating next?
Figure skating now.
Paul Rodriguez
can if you
wants
want.
to talk about figure skating.
Oh, okay, yes. I know everybody, a lot of people are, so he says I started watching on ABC's World of Sports, 20 minutes of racing, then an hour of figure skating. Good grief, yes. Anyway, yeah.
I love figure skating.
To you. Is it that season?
I've done it once.
It's not that season, but
No.
it's my favorite Olympics,
Yeah.
winter Olympic sport.
Really?
Because I was a ballerina.
Oh, how nice.
translates
I like
to
the
figure
gymnastics.
skating.
You know how to balance on
I
your
like the
toes.
gymnastics.
Summer though.
Transfer that to skates.
Gymnastics is the summer.
Yeah, because
and
I'm a
figure
summer
skating-
girl.
Right.
I'm a summer
Figure
girl.
skating is
So, all right. So read that comment that Jana and Paul
Okay.
and them were saying. I can't see.
Jana
hardly.
says she did. She has a very special one autographed by the one and only Beer Man and my good friend Sterling. Happy birthday, Sterling. June 30th. It was so fun to share birthdays with Sterling, celebrating in Florida.
Oh, in Florida?
Hey, that's tomorrow.
Hold on.
Is that tomorrow?
That's yeah, man. Tomorrow's Jana's birthday.
Oh.
By the way, don't forget that. Same day as
Yeah,
Sterling, right?
I don't even have a car.
Yeah.
How am I going to get a card? I don't even have a car. I'm stuck at the marina.
Well, yeah, did
Hopefully
y'all?
my wife's not listening.
Hold on. Are you going to call and check on Sterling? See how he's doing?
Yeah,
They've called and talked to him.
Jana
I
probably
know
will.
that. I mean, yeah. Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
we're good.
we'll
Oh,
put
yeah,
the
Jana's
obligatory happy
celebrating the
birthday.
month.
Yes.
Still older than me. Call.
Make sure you tell him I said happy birthday. I'll tell him on at some point, probably the Twitter.
Yeah.
I'll do a special tweet. Happy birthday, Sterling.
I want to say something.
Say something.
How old is Sterling?
I want to say something. And I know you don't want to talk about it,
10
but I
years
just want
older than
to
me, I believe.
kind of address what Steve said there. My first race was 1974. I was 10 years old. I've only missed a few Daytona 500s since then. Working in racing, I've been to millions of races. Hundreds of races. I would say close to over maybe 1,000. And every time I saw folks, first-time race fans, people of color, I specialized and made sure they felt welcome and really enjoyed themselves. And I never came across anything that was negative. And so I don't like people try to take our sport and put it in a negative light. I know Dave and I have had a couple discussions, but I just want to let everybody know it's really all good and it's okay. And, we may not all agree that's what America's about, but I've never, ever, ever, ever come across somebody that had a bad experience. And believe me, the Beer Man was all over with a golf cart. It wasn't just going to the track and hanging out in the garage. That was the connection between the race fans and the race team and all that. And I talked with everybody from the ticket scalpers out there to the France family. And I just got to feel honored that I had a great career. And I'm proud of our sport. And, maybe this, God works in mysterious ways. Maybe this will do a good thing. Maybe it brings more attention to the dirt tracks and some of the short tracks. And I think that's great. I'm going to start focusing on watching some more of that. When I get back up to Volusia County Speedway, they're going to be up there racing up there at Volusia Speedway where Dave and I did that thing. That's going to be great.
Yep.
And I think it's just a good future, and things will pass.
Oh, yeah.
And one more thing, and as in life, this virus is going to teach us one thing, that we can actually do things a lot better and save money. And no practice and no qualifying. Let me tell you, if you're a team owner, you are like all of a sudden putting more money back in the other column. And that's an important thing for the health of our sport. And if they can make it more attractive for some other team owners to come in. Remember, we used to have a lot of football players in there. Marino, I think Brett Favre was in there, but they figured, this is just freaking expensive,
Right.
Coach Gibbs can have it. But I think that really, 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 we're going to see a new NASCAR next year, and I'm excited for the future.
It's going to make it more
And so
affordable
just
and open
hang
up the
in there,
doors for
everybody.
new sponsors to come in and be able to afford
Yep.
to sponsor the sport. Yes, for sure.
Yep.
Yep. It'll all come out. It'll all be just fine.
Just, thumbs up, click like, it's going to be good.
Yep,
and,
it'll be
and
good.
Things will pass.
And I've
So,
only ever had one experience. Well, actually, I didn't have the experience. I just heard of one episode, and the guy didn't keep his job. So that was it. NASCAR has been the most friendly sport. It didn't matter. I mean, you can look at diversity and all that kind of
It's
stuff.
a
But I mean,
team.
it's
a team.
I've worked alongside people that whatever, different than me or different whatever. But we were always teammates, and everything was just fine. It's just the way things are right now. Just everybody's on edge. The world's on edge. So it'll all work out.
Hey, Scott. Paul says
Yes,
he can
ma'am.
give you a ride to CVS tonight.
Give me a ride to CVS. Yeah, I got it, Paul.
Yep.
Hear
He'll
you, man.
hook you
I
up.
got
Yeah.
Don't worry, I got a plan.
I'm sure you do.
All right.
But yes, thanks, Rachel, for the post. I'm just telling you, there's good light at the tunnel. I've been a race fan just about all my life. All right,
Yeah, you have.
1974. I mean, Richard Petty was my first hero. My first item I took to show and tell was the Daytona 500 program, 1974. I got Richard Petty's name underlined and highlighted. So, I mean, it's going to be good. And let's just hang in there and just, take it for what it is. And it's okay. And I didn't get involved in the sport over a flag. I got involved because of the people and the passion and the competition. And I think it's just a really good family, wholesome sport. And the other thing is, it lasts for most of the year. That's going to be a challenge next year. It's going to be, they're going to shorten it. But man, look, we're getting a lot of races. When we had 3 yesterday, Oh my God, they're packing them in there. We're going to get some more Wednesday night races. They're going to own the summer. Then it'll all be good, And then we also know there's this thing called iRacing. So if there's going to be a longer off season, that iRacing is going to take off even more. So we'll all be good.
Yeah, like you mentioned,
And,
a lot
I
of
think
people
that's
are
about
going to
it.
be going to local dirt tracks and all that kind of stuff. They're going to start appreciating all the different types of racing, even more so. So, yeah, and Janice says that I always do my birthday calls with Sterling, so I believe he'll be 64. So I knew he was close to at least 10 years older than me. So, yeah.
Well, Scott is
All
a
right.
diehard race fan.
Oh, yeah, for sure. All right, well, Scott, well, thank you so much for calling in, buddy. And y'all have a safe
great
trip.
Wait,
And send me more pictures.
can you believe
Videos.
wait, one more thing. Can you wait until the first time they're going to let fans back in the stands like regular fans? I mean, I know they had some at Talladega and all that, but I'm telling you, it's going to be like a privilege to go to a race once they do it. I'm just going to tell you. And I believe that means ticket sales are going to be up. You know the old saying, you always want what you can't have, and so you tell the race fans, you can't have a ticket. You don't want you in the grandstands. Well, when they're allowed, let's just see if the fans will start coming back, and it might be one of the best things that ever happened in the sport.
Maybe
We
so.
don't know, but
Hope so.
hang in there.
Probably.
That's
yeah.
what we can hope for.
Probably some of the things they could have done a little
That's
different
right.
that would have made that even more so. But yeah, time will tell. We'll find out soon, I suppose.
Yeah.
Or as soon as it all opens back
Things will
up.
calm down.
Yep.
They will calm down.
All
And
right.
tell your friends and family to hit the like button and subscribe, and let's spread the word for Hamm, the Engine Man, and
Yeah.
That's
Racing
right.
Roots.
All right. So yeah, speaking
Share
of that,
the love.
I'll talk to you. Remember Joey Knuckles? I talked to him today.
Oh my God.
He called me. He was up in the mountains, so I
Yeah.
was trying to get him to come in, and he said he'd be back tomorrow. But he said he'll give me a call sometime later this week, and we'll try to make it happen next week. But yeah, I was telling him that I was down in Florida with you last week. So yeah, so we'll get Joey Knuckles in
Yep.
here. That'd be cool. Joey's got a lot of stories. He's been around a long time. And I called Henry Benfield. I left him a message. His voicemail.
Henry's
yeah.
a legend.
Oh yeah, his voicemail says. He
Two
says,
beers.
if you're getting 2 beers, get one for me or something like that. I don't know. So I said, hey, man, this is David Hamm. Give me a call back. I want you to come in talk
Henry
on my
is a
show sometime.
legend.
Yeah, Henry's a legend. That'd be great. He's still going, though. He's still driving. Or driving for, he was driving a motor coach for Truex last time I talked to him.
Really?
Yeah. He lives here in Statesville.
I
right
know,
down
he's
here.
been here
So,
forever.
yes. All right. So anyway,
We'll call him this week and tell him.
that's
We'll
right.
call him this week and tell him. I don't know if he can figure out the YouTube thing, but
Yeah.
I'll try to tell him. And we definitely cannot forget to thank Billy Buck and Kathy Cash there at WAME.
Oh,
They're
yeah.
awesome people, and the rest of you guys at Chill Billy's, and thanks for YouTube too. YouTube's doing a good job.
That's right.
Awesome, Scott. Thanks so much for calling in.
Yep. All right. Thank you, buddy. Have a good
Okay,
night.
I'm gonna let you go, and you can finish your show.
All right.
And
Y'all be
I'll listen
safe.
to you up on the back end here.
All right, man.
Y'all be safe,
All right,
fun,
love-
and
Talk to you later.
all that good stuff.
Love you, mean it.
Love you, mean it.
Bye.
Okay.
All right. So anyway, that was Scott the Beer Man. He worked with me. We started working together in 1994, at the end of 94. And so he would come out there and drive the pit car for me when I was learning
Y'all go
to
way
be.
back.
learning to be a jack man. That's what I wanted to do. And so he would say, I'm going to go drive the pit car for you and let you get some practice. So, yes, to answer Paul's question, Joey Knuckles, he was with Davey Allison's pit crew. Yes, he was the crew chief for Davey in a lot of those races back in the day. So, yeah, he goes way back. That'd be cool to get him in and talk. He's a funny guy. He's a great guy, too.
I love Booty Barker.
Yeah, Booty Barker.
She
He
said
would be a
he's
good one.
wheelchair bound now.
He's been wheelchair.
He's been wheelchair bound like the whole time, right?
Yes, he has been.
Since I've
yes.
known him. And that was like
yeah.
10 years ago.
Yeah, I worked
or
with him
more.
over at Bill Davis Racing, and then when I was working out over at Jet Fitness in Mooresville, he was always coming in there and working out, doing bench press and stuff. So yeah, maybe I can give him a call.
He
Get
would
me
be
in
a
here
great
too.
person to interview. And
Yeah,
talk
he would
about.
be.
Yeah.
He did a little TV too. Some of the
He did. I mean, he would be like a really interesting perspective.
Yes. All right.
Sorry.
So, well, anyway, I'm going to
stop
keep.
talking now.
No, you're fine. I'm going to
gonna
keep.
go home.
I'm going to keep working on it, getting some more people in here. So we'll keep it rolling. But I'm going to have to let them know a week ahead of time, probably. So, all right. Well, thanks everybody so much for tuning in. You got any final comments? Put them on here right quick. But we're going to roll out of here because it's been over an hour. So, thank you so much, Dawn and Liz. Say bye, everybody.
We appreciate it.
Yep.
Thanks for tuning in.
All right. So Terry says, Jana, I met Booty. He was cool. Yes. All right, y'all. Thanks so much for tuning in, and we'll see you next week. And tune into the Billy Buck Morning Show tomorrow morning from 6 to 10, right on WAME radio on YouTube. And Cuds will be on tomorrow afternoon for the show from 5 to 6 on WAME radio on YouTube. Absolutely. And then on Wednesday, I'll be back on, and Thursday from 4 to 6 on Thursday. So
No Friday show?
check us out right here. We're not doing a Friday show this week because we're off for the Independence Day. So
Go enjoy.
that's right. Enjoy yourselves and be safe and all that good stuff. So check me out on DHamIam on Twitter. Make sure you hit the thumbs up on this video to show YouTube that you liked it. If you don't like it, hit the thumbs down twice.
You can share too.
Thank you very much. Yeah.
Share.
Sharing is caring.
That's right.
All right.
Rubbing is racing, sharing is caring.
That's right. Thanks, everybody. We'll talk to you later on. Have a great night.
Bye.
Great rest of the week. That's a wrap.